Do you have a small household like myself, or maybe live in a small space and you always wanted to know if Costco had any fat loss or high protein finds that we just can't live without, that's not going to take up too much space? Well, in this video, I'm going to be finding out because Costco sent me this little coupon in the mail that expires today. And I'm going to go in here and see what all the hype is about, if I can find anything, because honey, this is $65 a year. And even though that's not a lot, is it going to be worth it? Am I going to have enough space at my house? Well, I'm going to go in here. We're going to look around first, but I got to have this card, honey, just to get in here like it's some kind of exclusive club. But anywho, let's go in here and find out. So before we get in here, I just wanted to say welcome to the channel for all of you newbies. And for all of you newbies, just to set the record straight, if you're watching this video and not visiting the channel, this is not a weight loss channel, honey. I got a lot of comments before talking about that I was not showing the people how to properly lose weight. Honey, we're not losing weight over here. We're losing fat. Go look at the channel. But anywho, if you are new here, then look around. If you are old here, honey, thank you for being here. This channel is all about fat loss. I'm a 55-year-old perimenopausal woman, and I've been on this fat loss journey for about 7 months now, and I've been able to lose most of, if not all, except for this little bit of back fat here, of my perimenopausal belly fat by simply eating more protein and making some easy peasy food swaps. So that's what we do on this channel. So now that all the pleasantries are out and you know what the channel is about, let me go in here and show this coupon so they can let me in this exclusive club. Well, we're in here, so let's see what they got. Well, this is a find. Oats overnight high protein. It's only $19.99. They're having a party in here. But here are the protein. 20 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber. This may be a pretty good find. They have a lot of premier protein, and I may have to turn the volume down, but it's just like too many ingredients in here for me. 30 grams of protein for $29.99. Here's some more shakes for $19.99. This Nuri 30 grams of protein ultra filtered milkshake. Ingredient list, let's see. Pretty clean. A couple of things I don't know exactly what they are. I have to look them up, but overall, looks pretty clean. This is a really good protein find. It's only $23.49 for Orgain. Milk protein, and there's how many is in here? 18 in a pack. Chocolate, 20 grams of protein. There's Orgain, $28.99. This may not be a bad deal after all. I do have this muscle milk for $24.99, as well as some other whey protein for $49.99. Kirkland's, as well as a lot of other protein that I've never even heard of, but looks like it's pretty good prices. This Organ protein seems a little high at $33.99, but hey, the ready-made to-go ones seem like it's a good price. These are a pretty good protein find. Looks like you're going to get 10 grams of protein in these wraps. They're going for $5.69 for a dozen. They're not gluten-free, but still, that's a really good deal on wraps if you're looking for some high-protein wraps to go with your breakfasts or your lunch. Here we have some Kirkland's almond butter, $8.39. That may be a pretty good deal for almond butter for this size, about 27 ounces. Generally, the 3 ounces I want to say is about $3 or $4. So that may be a really good find to use whenever you're making your brownies and cookies and things. These snack packs, 30 count, $17.89. This would make really great snacks for your car or in your lunch. You just have to kind of take note of the oils. They do have some, peanut oils in there and so forth, but most nuts do. But look, we're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to be better. But that's really a pretty good deal there. That's what, about 50 cents per pack for each 1 ounce. They do have these Nature Valley protein bars and these Kirkland protein bars, $14.99, $15.99, 10 grams of protein. The sugars were about 6 grams for each one. But if it fits into your macros, then that may not be too bad if you don't want to make your own. Never really seen Reese's protein bars, but they're in here for $21.99, 18 grams of protein. Let's see what the ingredients are. They do have some oils. Fiber is pretty good. 10 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugar. The calories are pretty high on these things, but like I said before, if it fits in your macros, then you should be fine. Here's some more Magic Spoon protein treats, keto friendly. Never heard of those. $19.79. Let's see here. 140 calories, good fiber, low sugar ingredients. But like I said, everybody has to make their own choices. But looks like Costco does have some really good finds here. I've never heard of some of these things either, but here is one. Another bars. How many is in here? 15. So just come in here. Carbs pretty decent. Sugars, protein is about 13 on these for $14.97. And then they do also have some pure protein bars for $23.99, as well as some of these Kirkland protein bars. Let's see what the sugar is on these. Sugar content. Sugar is relatively low. But yeah, like I said, you have to just come in here and read the ingredients for yourself. But the prices are pretty good for these. Some Fit Crunch high protein bars. These are going for $15.99. And how many is in here? 18. Lots of ingredients. I don't have time to read all of that, but they have a wide variety here in Costco. Here are some True bars. These are plant-based. You get 16 in here. Peanut butter and jelly and a cookie dough. Right now they're $11.99. That's definitely a great deal. Savings of $6. It is high in fiber, so make sure it's like 12 grams of fiber that you are near a bathroom. I would recommend highly on that one. A good variety of jerky ranging from $11.99, $15.99 for this. I don't know if this is comparable to chops or not, but 7 grams of protein. The biggest thing you want to look at on these jerkies is the sodium content, just to make sure that it's not too high. I mean, yeah, these make great car snacks. 330 milligrams of sodium. The prices look really good on these here. Grass-fed sticks, 0 sugar, $16.79. How is this only 4 grams of protein? I guess they're in really, really small pieces just for a little light snack, no sugar. So yeah, maybe my membership is paying off before I even buy anything. These clusters are a pretty decent find, $9.99 for these clusters. They have a lot of other types of nuts that even some of these are beating my favorite store, Aldi's prices. Big bags of nuts over here, $14.99, mixed nuts as well. I'm kind of impressed. Pistachios, whole cashews, $14.89. Let's see, what size bag is this? It's a 40 ounce. Here we have some 3 pounds of almonds for $11.99. They also have 2 pounds of pecans for $12.99. And I think that's a pretty good price on all of these. This bone broth is a good find. It's got 9 grams of protein. I think the one that I actually have that's in a powder form definitely costs a lot more than that, but this is definitely great for sipping broth, and I'm sure you could boil noodles in it as well, or other vegetables or things that you're making to add a little bit extra more protein. Hemp hearts at $12.59 is another great protein find. It's 10 grams of protein, and you can add it to different things, salads, things of that nature. It's 2 grams of carbs, so that's definitely a good find there. As well as right next door, they have a big bag, 3-pound bag of chia seeds. So we already know how to make our chia pudding. You can put it as a topping in your oatmeal as well. High in fiber, moderate protein, but very good. In my breakfast video, I had people asking me, well, I don't like oatmeal. What could I use? You can make protes, but use quinoa instead. It's $8.99 for this big bag, and you would pretty much just make it like you do the regular protes. Of course, they do have bulk tunas. The price is moderate, just like a regular grocery store. You're not really having a savings buying multiples there, but maybe. And I don't really know if you're having with this albacore either. It's only 8 in this container for $16.89. You may be able to find that at a better price at your local grocery store, but they do have it here sold in bulk as well. Here is some more albacore, $15.99, but you're only getting, I think, 6 in there. But these are definitely great protein sources. I have sardines on sale at $6.99. I'm still not into sardines. I just can't get with it, but they are here in a 6-pack. I'm not really sure if $6.99 is a good deal or not, but it's $3 off right now, so maybe it is. If you don't want to buy a pack of uncured bacon and crumble it up yourself, this seems to be a pretty good find. Bacon crumbles, $8.99, because I think a really small 1 to 2 ounce pack is maybe $2, and this is 20 ounces. It does have some sodium phosphates in it, but like all bacon bits does. But yeah, just know that it is in here at $8.99, 20 ounces. If you watched my Dollar Tree video, you saw me pick up some Harvest Snaps. They have the small versions in there for $1. Here, this big bag is $8.49. This kind of bean snack has 5 grams of protein, and you may be thinking, well, that's not a lot. Well, it's more protein than the regular chips, and it's a pretty big bag. Not necessarily a protein find, but I think this organic apple cider vinegar at $9.99, and you're getting 3, is a really good find for 32 ounces if you're taking like apple cider vinegar, lemon, and ginger shots. Like I take that sometimes, or you're adding them in things that you bake. I think for organic, that's a pretty good price. They do have a huge box of this Kodak protein pancake mix, 15 grams per serving. It's $12.99 if you don't want to make your own. I think this is a pretty good price, because I think in Aldi it may be like $4 for, I don't know the size, but it's the regular size one. And this one is definitely maybe 3 to 4 times bigger. But just know that they have that in here as well. Organic maple syrup is $11.99. I mean $8.99 actually. To use instead of, fake syrups. It definitely still has the sugar, but at least it's organic maple syrup. This big bag of walnuts is going for $11.99. I know for sure that's a pretty good price because I buy them at Aldi, definitely for almost half of that, but it's a bigger bag here. Some egg which is going for $10.69. If you don't want to make the egg bites and you're looking for something else, the ingredients look pretty clean here. 17 grams of protein, low carbs. We can read all the ingredients. I don't know how they taste, but they're here. Here seems to be a good find, $28.59 for 5 pounds of grass-fed beef patties, raised without antibiotics or hormones. That would definitely be a good find. They have a lot of farm-raised salmon and shrimp, but here are some wild-caught salmon for $39.79. I really try and get wild caught as opposed to farm raised, but if you do eat farm raised, then it's available at pretty good prices, seems like. These Angus beef rolls are only $12.99. That's definitely a good price. It's not a protein, but these organic berries for $10.69 will go great in smoothies. For those of you that don't like to boil eggs and looking for a quick fix, they do have some organic hard-boiled eggs for $13.59, as well as some ready-to-eat overnight oats. You could add in a scoop of protein for that, and those are only $12.99. If you're like me and gluten intolerant, I know this is a protein video from Costco, but this is a good find. $11.89 for these vegan, paleo, soy-free, grain-free tortillas. They do have 6 grams of protein. So it looks like my membership is paying off. Great snack size. These Baby Bell little cheeses, $13.99. I think that's a good price. I don't usually eat this kind of cheese. I usually eat a different kind, maybe like pepper jack slices. But for those of you who eat this cheese, let me know in the comments if that's a good price. This is a really good price on uncured deli meat and Canadian bacon. I know the uncured in the grocery store, even in Aldi, for half that size is not even half that size is probably about $5 or $6. Smoked uncured sausage is on sale for $10.79. That's a lot of sausage for $10.79. That's a really big container of yogurt. The organic Greek yogurt is only $6.79. And that's like 48 ounces. I think I pay at Aldi like maybe $5 for 24 ounces. So that's definitely a good price. I see they have sour cream, but where is the cottage cheese? You know, we put cottage cheese in every damn thing. So where is that? Finally found the cheese section. And I'm still looking for the cottage cheese because, you know, cottage cheese hates to see me coming. So they knew I was coming in Costco and decided to hide out. I don't even see any cottage cheese. Maybe it's on the other side. I do have 5 dozen of eggs for $16.69. That's pretty good. So I've searched this store high and low looking for the cottage cheese, only to run into the dairy guy. Asked him, hey, where's your cottage cheese? And he tells me, we don't sell it anymore. It just disappeared one day and it never came back. So comment below and let me know, if I should cancel this membership since 50% of what I make contains cottage cheese, or buy it elsewhere. What do you think? The ingredients on these are really clean. These chicken meatballs with basil and Parmesan, $14.99. And it looks like it's a pretty big container of chicken meatballs. It says 15 servings in there, but that's something to have if you don't want to make your own meatballs. They do have some chicken patties going for $12.99. Just be very mindful of any of the packaged meat of the sodium content. But if you just monitor what you're eating, and if you have a lot of sodium in the morning, then just cut back in the afternoons and at dinner. We do have some breakfast chicken crumbles. Let's see what the numbers look like on this. Numbers look pretty good. Sodium is not that bad, but what I usually look for is, can I read all the ingredients? And yes, I can read all the ingredients. Then I'm just going to have it and drink lots of water. So they do have egg bites. Now, you know how easy it is to make your own egg bites, but if you don't have that time, oh, I know these were probably really good. Uncured bacon and Gouda. That's definitely exactly like the ones at Starbucks. It does have quite a bit more ingredients than I like. I would probably make my own. The sodium contents is 680 milligrams, which is kind of high. But hey, I wouldn't turn them down if I was at the airport. But they are going for $12.69. Here are some mozzarella and artichoke garlic chicken sausages going for $10.99. I'm sure those are absolutely delicious. Let's see here. Sodium is a little high, but just know that they are available. And like I always say, we do want to go low sodium, low sugar, increase the fiber and the protein. So just make, the best decision that you can with what you have access to, staying very mindful of the sodium intake of a lot of these packaged meats. But I'm just showing you what they have, and you make your own decisions, honey. These look like a really good snack. I don't really see what the price of them are, but they have these little chicken breast bites here. What's the sodium on this? 400 milligrams of sodium. Let's see. Here we go. 400 milligrams, 24 grams of protein. That's not too bad. But like I said, always be mindful of the sodium and make the best choice for yourself. If you're having high sodium for lunch or dinner, then don't have high sodium for breakfast. Here we have some smoked salmon that would go really good on some avocado toast. Some other salmon that are here going for like $16.49. That's a pretty decent price, I guess. A lot of other types of meats and cheeses, combos that are great for snacks as well. So here are some really easy stuffed bell peppers with ground beef and rice dinners. Now you can make that yourself, or you can get it from here. That looks really good. I would probably grab this chicken street taco kit, and instead of using those tortilla, I would probably put it in cottage cheese bread to make it even more high protein. But that's pretty good for like $15. You eat pork, here are some pork tenderloin with garlic rosemary seasoning. I know that would probably be really good on a grill. Do have some fresh salmon. Not really sure if it's farm raised or wild caught, but it's here. You never go wrong with a tissa, and that tissa looks really good, but I'm not getting it. And it looks really good for only $4.99. Guess this is the chicken section. I don't really eat legs. I usually just get chicken thighs and breast. I guess, yeah, these are some pretty good prices. I just don't have the space to put all of this stuff. $2.99 a pound. That's definitely a good price. Organic chicken thighs is $5.99, as well as I think organic chicken breast is $5.99 as well, a pound. Lots of farmed raised fish here. Tilapia is here. Oh, here's some wild ocean perch. Here's a good find. It is only $12.59 for the sliced grass-fed beef sirloin. 19 grams of protein. And, oh, let me make sure that's clear. It's $12.59 per pound. So the sodium on this looks really good. So, yeah, that's a really good find. This is something that's really different. Some pepperoni pizza crisps going for $5.99. Salt, sodium is still, decent. 13 grams of protein. So this makes a really good snack. If you get you some of these pepperoni crisps with some chicken or some cheese or something like that, that would make a good snack. And these may be good to keep in the car as well. I'm gonna have to come back and get these. Really good find. I think we need to stay away from this section right here. Let me turn back. Okay, so that was an experience. I didn't really buy anything because it was too crowded. But let's get in the car and recap the visit. Well, I've been hoodwinked. I did become a Costco member at the Black Card executive level, and the only reason I did that was because the offer that I had received in the mail is going to send me like a $40, is it $40 or $60 credit or something like that, and I get 2% back. So I'm going to give it a try for a year. There was a lot of things in there that I liked, that I felt like I could use, that was, pretty comparable or did have some savings over my usual Aldi run. But not having cottage cheese is what the young people say is diabolical. How can you not have cottage cheese? Like, where did it go? As I mentioned, I didn't buy anything this trip. The lines were way too long and they were about to close, so I'll have to come back maybe tomorrow or another day to get those items that I liked. So overall, I'm going to give Costco a thumbs up and probably cancel after a year, honey, if the savings don't add up to the cost of the membership. But anywho, if you found this video to be entertaining or helpful, then definitely consider subscribing it and sharing it with your family and friends, especially another woman who may be going through the change that needs a little support. And if you yourself need help creating a sustainable fat loss plan for your belly fat, overall body fat, wherever you may have fat that has come on during this perimenopausal phase, then definitely check out losethefat2025.com. There you're going to find my guide, the perimenopausal playbook, where I documented everything that I did to lose my belly fat, from what I ate, how I'm exercising, and so much more. Look in the description box for a discount code that's going to be expiring very soon. But that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.